Testing. Testing. Ooh, that's too loud. Way too loud. I had my cell phone up way too loud. Okay. So this is something a little different. So for those of you who might have been following my recent videos, I was going and taking tours of places that have salon suites because I'm a cosmetologist and I'm trying to get back into doing my job and not just the grocery store. I went and toured one yesterday, put down a deposit, sent her my application, and unless something falls through, it'll be the place where I'm going. In the meantime, it's a small room, so I need to get some ideas for decorating it. For starters, as an independent hairstylist, I must provide all my products and towels and, so I have to have a place to put those things. If anybody missed it, this was an earlier episode of my building series. The playlist is in the description. I built a drive-in. That's, I believe that's an emerald. So let's start with, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make like copies of a certain size room so that I can, because this ain't one size fits all. I'm gonna be trying to figure out different things to do, so we need, now the room is 9 by 7 approximately. I mean, I literally use my feet to measure. So for the sake of fitting it in on here, I'm going to do 10 by 8. So, in other words, 5 by 4. Because each of these, half of one of these blocks is about a foot. Okay, so for starters, the door is something like this, maybe. Like this. The door is right about here. It's kind of, and this does kind of look a little wider than I actually have. I mean, it is kind of a skinnier room than I was hoping for, but it also cost me less than the other one I went and toured that I didn't get. And we're talking like $85 per week less. That's big time. So, so even if this is only temporary until I get a bigger one, it's way more within my budget than that other one would have been. I would have had to really scratch and claw to keep that other one. So I'm going to start off with making a room that looks like the current room for reference. Surfaces. You know, and I can't get things to be exact, so I'm just going to, you know, do my best. You know, and there's no guarantee I'm going to find these pieces of furniture when I go to look for furniture either. But this is for inspiration purposes. Plumbing, sink. So this one has the shampoo bowl right about here, or maybe here, depending on how you want to. I'll put it here for now. There might be a little more room here than, because the wall would be kind of more here. And then it has a chair in front of it. I don't think the chair is necessarily connected to it. I think I can use a different chair if I want. Now, in reality, there's a little bit of space between the thing and the wall. It's not quite as against the wall as the one that I had at the salon I was working at. But it's not quite stand behind room. Well, it's definitely not. Especially not with my big body. Chair. Now, for the time being, well, here, we'll just use this one twice. This is kind of sitting here right now. And then okay, so that's like there. It's currently painted a grayish, like a beigeish gray, I'd say. You know, like almost kind of like a, kind of reminds me of like a seashell color or something. I don't know. I don't know if I call that like. Anyway, I mean, I have options of painting the room, or having it painted, or changing the color. Um, Ideally, I'd want to go with purple, but the problem with painting a room purple is it clashes with blonde hair and makes it so that people won't be able to tell what their hair actually looks like. So it's not ideal to. So having decor and tools and things that are purple is one thing, but having the backdrop of the walls be purple is not ideal. Yeah, let's go with this for now. That's probably kind of. Let's get a light in here. Yeah, I don't remember. Let me look at the pictures. Is there? One of the things that I liked about this place versus the place I went the other day, this one has the low ceiling. That one I was in the other day, when I was in there talking with her, she had the door open, and the high ceilings, and it was like, even when I was trying to talk quiet, it was like an echo chamber, and it was like, I don't want the whole place hearing what I have to say. You know, it's like I'm opening up to you about things that, about my, you know, those people should have to come and like talk to me before they know everything about me. It's like if they want to know who I am, they should like talk to me in the break room or something, or come knock on my door. Anyway, got the echo chamber really it wasn't ideal. This place here, now you can kind of hear what might be. You can hear voices in the other rooms, but unless you're like really quiet, you can't really hear what they're actually saying. I could barely hear anything, and then again, my door was also open, so maybe with the door closed, I wouldn't have heard. Let's see. Does that door actually? I'm still getting used to my newer laptop here. It's well, I got the newest version or one of the newest versions of Microsoft Paint on here, and it's not quite the same as the one on my other laptop. So when I go to like zoom out and things, it's not quite doing what I want it to do. Okay, so this is actually up here. Um, Now the mirror that is in the picture is one that's just been left in the room. I don't have to use that. Same with that that trolley cart that's sitting in this corner. I can use it if I want to, but at the moment it doesn't belong to me. It was left in there. Um, I don't currently have one, so I'll probably end up using it. But and we'll I'll put I'll put this here for now to act as that thing. Because, I want something kind of skinny-ish, like it. So, that and then the mirror that's just kind of sitting there. At some point, I'm not going to be using that mirror. That's for sure. I've already got some ideas for what I would rather have. And I've already got some people offering things, but so the idea is that I want to make a place the way I want it to be. I didn't quite get the chance to do that with my salon because, first of all, I couldn't get the other two jokers to stop coming in while I was trying to paint the place and decorate it. So, I only half-assed it. You know, I mean, it's like, it's one thing to be proud of what you did do, but it's another thing to be, not proud of how certain things went. Alright, so for now, let's, okay, so that's basically what it looks like now. There's no wall cabinets or shelves at all. I need room. I need room for a towel cabinet. I need to, here, let me, this is gonna be here. And we're pretty much gonna have this. Because whether I change the chairs or not, that's pretty much where the shampoo bowl's at. And then put the door over here. The door is actually up against this wall, so, but it's kind of a bit, it's almost like the door stretches another, you know, y'all can see by in the thumbnail probably. I'm going to type something really quick, because otherwise the chat ends up not coming along the video later on. Yeah, we'll just do a little simple. Welcome to the so the chair that I currently have I guess it'd be kind of more like one, you know, it's an older style chair that's got the thick pad, like really thick cushion. It reclines, but it's got such a heavy base, it's not on wheels. So I don't think it would quite go back here and fit underneath this shampoo bowl because it's already kind of tall. Now, so I don't have to have the chair facing this direction. She said somebody either in this room or in another had the mirror like in the corner here and was like facing that way. I mean, I could try that. I mean, that would give me the option of having, you know, storage here and storage there. And even put something here if I had a mirror just kind of on an angle there. Um, okay. So I gotta have, you know, it's gotta be a garbage can. Skateboard don't like it if you don't have a garbage can. Okay, for now, I think I'm gonna put it over here. Um, now sink is obviously there, or that's my like utility sink area. Uh, Now, I have the option of having like a little coffee pot and stuff and all that in my room. However, down the hallway, I'm in room 4, and the hallway goes like this and then curves, and then the front door is over here. Well, like right here is you know, a coffee bar type thing for like anybody. So I don't necessarily have to provide the coffee. Not only that, but there's Starbucks and Tim Hortons and McDonald's and all that, like, nearby. So if people wanted to bring their coffee, they could. Like unlike my previous place where you would have to get in your car and go somewhere if you wanted coffee or anything, because the pizza place that was next door didn't open until 3 o'clock, and they're not even there anymore. They moved down by another intersection. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with what I'm something I've been envisioning. Whether I can fit it, whether it suits my needs, etc. I don't know, but it's just it's what I want. Now I don't know if I want all of that or not, but it's just what I want. So now the idea is when if I put up one of these windows, it's supposed to be a mirror. So just so we that'll be kind of cool. But yeah. Again, I didn't quite get to do anything that I really wanted to do with that other place. That's too small. You know, but by the time I had to pretty much just get open and get state board in, and by then it was like, great, now I'm paying all this rent and all that and not getting paid by the others, and it was only like 2 months later I was back at the grocery store. Yeah, I'm a little bitter about it. You know, it happens. You know, the one that you'd have thought would have paid me is the one that didn't. And then the one that everybody would have thought wouldn't be paying me was paying me. But something happened, and well, I didn't have her no more. Come on. Okay, so there's no way to get this to go down lower. Oh, you poop heads. That's right, they're the poop heads, and the head poops. They're the poopiest of the poop heads. Oh, well, while we're at it, we'll put one of these out there. Let's try the windows again. Oh, also, if any of the people I showed the link to are watching, and you're not used to watching my streams, when I start building in this game, I get kind of frustrated because I don't know, Sims 4 tends to annoy me a lot. You know, like a lot of people, I expected a whole lot more from this game, and with as many years as they've had to work on it, I'm fairly disappointed. As somebody who's been playing The Sims since Sims came out, you know, Sims 1, you know, and playing SimCity before there was a Sims, like, it's like all they do is just keep rehashing the thing over and over again. You know, it's like, oh, let's come out with Sims 1 or the base game, and then okay, now you can have a late night get together pack, and now you can have something else, and then something else, and then you can have seasons, and then you can have... Well, let's put that there, because that's just to give me the general idea of what I'm trying to do. You know, I mean, if I could, I'd put, like, knock out two of the, use actual windows or something, and then put mirrors in, like, the middle, but I don't want the crossbars. I don't want the crossbars in my mirror. But the idea being that either here or on another wall, I mean, heck, I could even have some sort of, like maybe like on one wall we could have an actual window. And then over here we'd have a window but with a mirror. But the window's not going to look outside or anything. It's just a window hanging. Maybe even if I had like a planter or something hanging from here, could have like product bottles or something in it. Or the same could be said if I had windows on each side of here with planter boxes. Maybe do what am I doing? Let go. Now, of course, that's not what's actually going beyond there, but that's the idea. And I don't know if I'm actually allowed to do this or not. I don't know. There could be like fire code or something saying, "Oh no, you can't have that." Because it's not my building. You never know what their rules are. You know. Or even if I had, you know, yeah, get over it. I'm gonna be saying that. just having the mirror, but with curtains on it. You know, pull the curtains back. You know, sometimes the curtains over the mirror, and then of course, I'm going for more of the you know, definitely something more like this with the, you know, country kitchen aesthetic. But I don't want that, you know, I was looking at some of them, like mirrors and such or whatever, and I don't want the wood colored ones. They have like the rustic farmhouse mirrors and windows. That's I want it to be painted. Now this is still a little bit too wide for what I'm going for. You know, I mean, it could also be. Um, no, not that. You know, storage and then a mirror with a curtain. Um, I don't want to show yet what I really want to do, but there's certain shelving that I want to use, but I don't want to show that until I actually like buy some. You know, I think there's only like maybe one or two people that I actually ever showed what I really wanted to do back then. Okay, how about this? If at least two people say something in chat that they want to see what I want to do, especially if they say who they are. You know, you don't have to give me your like last name or nothing, but just say it's so and so. Because I did invite my actual like guests to come watch this. Everybody's shy. They don't want to say anything. For all I know, it could be other people watching. You know, there's no guarantee it was them. No, no guarantee. What are you talking about, Robert? You don't have actual guests. Nobody ever came to see you. You're lying. Why would anybody ever come and sit in your chair, huh? Come on now. Really? Seriously? Nobody would do that. We've seen the way you drive trucks. Okay, well, obviously we can't have too much here because this door wouldn't open. So, How about okay, that's not a standing mirror. It's not completely what I want, but it's what the game has. Again, it's just to get an idea. You really gonna use the vampire mirror? No, not really. Why not? It actually looks cool. We're not gonna use the vampire mirror. But you could have. No, we're not gonna use the vampire mirror. Definitely gonna need to have something over this shampoo bowl, like one of them above the toilet cabinet things. Um, of course, ideally, if I could open that with like a lazy Susan or something in there, that would be cool. The only way you're gonna get that is if you were to put a wall behind the mirror. Yeah, I know. I'd like to have. That would be cool if I could do that, but I can't. No, you can't. Why these gotta be so big? You know, what? Why they gotta be so big? Another one. What? You know, some people have small windows. You know, I shouldn't have to, like, shrink everything all the time. Twin Peaks much? Come on. You know, you're ruining it. I want to be able to move this down. You know, it's great that you can go like this with it, but how about this way? Well, here, let's just put them on here just so you can get an idea. I mean, well, you might not be able to find curtains like that, but you could always, you know, make some somehow. Yeah, me who doesn't know how to sew. Oh, come on, you could figure it out. You've sewed before. Yeah, 11 years ago. A couple of things. You know, they had me doing straight lines with a sewing machine. Yeah, you did some lines, eh? Yeah, I did some lines. Yeah, yeah, I was back when I was trying to do in school and trying to do things to go meet people and whatnot, and went to this thing called Tote Bags of Love, and they were it was a charity that would take the big animal food bags that you get from like Tractor Supply Company, and they would like cut the bags in such a way that they could then turn the bag into a tote bag and give those, and they'd be waterproof bags, and they could give them to the homeless people. And they also did purses too, where I went in there one of them where they were sorting through all the different fabrics, and they had a Girl Scout troop in there too, helping out, and you know, we were just kind of sorting. The first thing we did was get all the different fabrics out, and like everybody's just sorting them according to what material they were, and you know, what does this feel like, and what does that feel like, and but yeah, I went there first by myself for the tote bag one, and that day, you know, I was like, you know, they had they had me on a sewing machine, showing me how to use a sewing machine, and I was just, basically, I think I was just sewing like the bottom part of a bag or something. And I had to keep having a lady come over because the something or other would get stuck, or the thread would come out, or whatever. We're talking 11 years ago, but the bobbin would need something or other, or I'd be out of thread, but I was doing that, and then they had another one, and one of my newer friends from Facebook that I had met and took to school as one of my models, I took her to one, and then she was running one of the sewing machines, and they one of the events they were doing it at the Lions Club, and then St. Patrick's Day came around, and they were doing a all-you-could-eat baked potato thing, and they do that like once a year, and I went to that. They just basically, they have like the potatoes, and then they had chili and cheese and stuff, and just, what do you want on it? And I was kind of bummed because when I got out where the city was, where my salon was that I was at, somebody in the salon was already a member of one of the things out there, and that place sounded more like a bar than a charity. So I never went there. And that was like her hunting ground. Yep. Have a good night, Daniel. Thanks for joining in. I'm kind of liking that. It's kind of simple. I mean, it's not what I'll actually have necessarily, but again, this is inspiration, and just um no. But what I will do is just kind of put things over there as I find them for. Oh, yeah, we definitely need a hamper because I think I left my hamper behind. I was gonna let somebody have it, but I don't know if they actually went and got it. Something hampered those efforts. That's interesting. Need to make sure that I also left my mat behind. I'm gonna have to get me a new mat. One of the stupidest things I've ever done was leave my mat behind, because it was a good mat. It was real cushiony. Alright, for now we're gonna do that, because chances are I'll probably get 2 of the half circles and use those instead. Do we have floating shelves anywhere? I know we've got floating shelves. This game has floating shelves. I know they do, because I've used them before. Like, there they are. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a lot of things different this time. You know, it's one thing to be budget conscious, but budget friendly and all that, but main thing is me and my dog ain't gonna be starving. That's for starters. I got a lot more bills now than I had back then, and I mean, it's like I can't quit the grocery store job just because I have all these other bills. I mean, it's like, you know, I have to get this thing here is closer to where I live and closer to the grocery store, because even if somebody were to offer to let me come live with them out where the other place was, I would still have to work at the grocery store just to pay all the bills that I didn't have back then. You know, the price of food alone, with it being 3 times as much or more. You know, and I have a car payment that I had only started to have back then, and is now even higher after my car accident last year. Um, you know, it's about $50 more than I was paying. You know, I've got 6 credit cards. I think I had 2 credit cards and 2 store credit cards back then, 2 years ago. You know, I took out 2 more credit cards, just trying to keep up with the bills of the salon after those other 2 weren't paying me. Because I had to, you know, okay, well, I get a credit card and pay the electricity and the gas, and you know, as long as those things are allowing me to use a credit card, I can keep my head afloat. You know, I don't know. Those are cute. Even if I didn't have the windows, I could use these. Feeling cute. Might hold some product bottles later. Um, Upper cabinets. That's the other thing. I'm sure we can put something on the walls, but I don't know what yet. I mean, I don't know if they have to be something that can only be like command hooked or actually nailed or and I don't know if it's something where like their people have to do it or I can put something on the wall myself later or I mean, I'm not exactly a carpenter or anything. You know, I might be able to find the stud. Well, looking in the mirror ain't gonna help you. No, no, we ain't gonna be finding them in the mirror. Ain't no studs in the mirror. I have seen some places that use these. I don't know if I want these or not, though. But of course, maybe we could do a couple of these kind of. As long as nobody's coming in my room and taking my stuff out of my cabinets, I can use just about anything. You know, I should be able to have a lock on the thing on the door. Oh, I didn't even know they had that. Nope, I don't see one. Maybe it's under clutter or something. Or maybe it's in one of them packs I don't have. Do we need a bowling ball rack? No, I don't think we need bowling balls. We built the bowling alley in the other stream. Magazine rack? No, not that big. What's this? Oh, really? The Happy Place Pavilion, huh? Nah, you're not invited. That's not my happy place. Here, have a rainbow. Well, what is your happy place? I believe we're trying to figure that out, ain't we? Yeah, I suppose. What do we got here? Some butterflies. Okay, well, it's cool. Oh boy. Bum, 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 bum. Hey, look, it's Nectar. Yeah, Nectar. I hardly met her. Do we need swords? Do I need swords in my salon suite? There. No stealing my Olaplex. I actually went and bought some today. Most expensive thing that I buy is Olaplex. I will not do hair without it. Thankfully, they didn't raise the price on it yet. Not only that, but they were having a special where I bought the kit, the bigger kit that I usually have to buy, but it was also coming with a big a liter bottle of their purple shampoo. I got the purple shampoo for free, which is usually like $50. So I got like $250 worth of stuff for 200. You don't say, huh? That sounds like such a bargain. It still cost you 200. Yeah, sure did. It's the price of doing business. It costs you a lot more if you don't use it. You sound like you speak from experience there. Huh, yeah. Yes, I do. You know, that's many nights of driving home from that place. Such a long drive. You know, 15 miles back then, 20 miles more recently. And it wasn't always a good drive home. Let's see. Do we need an open sign? No, don't need that no more. Uh, the front door of the building has a ring doorbell. You actually have to get buzzed in. I don't know yet how that works as far as who hears the thing going off and opens it, but there is no walk-ins. So everybody, each one of these rooms in this place is running their own business. Now there is like some ladies and such that do like waxing and brows and such, and you know, I don't necessarily do that stuff, so you know, it might be possible to throw them some bones when some of my people want some of those other services. Okay, this is kind of a little bit cluttery right now. I haven't even like added anything in here yet. Well, okay. So you need a cabinet for towels, right? Yeah. So your cleaning supplies or whatnot would probably be in here. Because right now that's kind of what's in there. Some like she had like a little rack with like some dish soap or whatnot in there. Um, so I probably have my cleaning supplies in there. Um, and depending on how much room is here, I might need a little table for putting my little plastic bin for soaking my tools. You know them them bins that are like a plastic shoebox. Yeah, because I have to not only wash my tools, but I have to soak them in barbicide. Um, you have to usually for like about 10, 15 minutes or so, you have to soak them in that stuff. Um, which I used to do in my little tiny kitchen at the other place, but it wasn't always easy when people had their frickin' dirty dishes in the way. Well, I wasn't really doing that back there anyway. Had used the shampoo sinks instead, and just soak them at my own station. Or I didn't start using it back there until I took over the place. Because then I fixed up and painted that little room, and you know, for the most part, it was kind of kept a little straighter. Now this is going on the assumption that I would have a cabinet up here. If not, then I would need what we had before. That's kind of big. Something a little more like that. You know, like a regular, you know, the usual just wooden 2-door cabinet. You know. These are a little bit too wide though. I usually end up just using the use the fridge to demonstrate it because you know, looks a lot closer to what I had. Not only that, but it's only 2 spaces wide instead of, you know. You know, this is definitely a lot more cluttered than I'm planning on having it, but I just, you know, quote, faffing around. Now, I want to leave this as is. I don't want to ruin this, so let's make a copy and remove some of the stuff. Okay. We get out of here. Really? Oh, freaking AVG. You know? Just once, I'd like something that's free to actually, like, be free and leave me alone. Quit bothering. Oh, you're free. You know, I don't got no. It's just a free version. No, you ain't even doing nothing. What if you don't find these? I don't care. I'm just kind of messing around right now, that's all. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Hey, look, it's a cupcake party. Yeah, cupcake party. Pretty much what it reminds me of now. Why did he put that flag on the wall? I don't know. Because those are people too. I don't know, because maybe like anybody who's nice to me is welcome in my chair. You know, I don't necessarily want to bring this up, but one thing I'm not going to miss about being at that place. One of the reasons why I want my own room is I don't want to be in a room listening to people talk politics, especially with, you know, it's election year. And just, I don't want to listen to it. Especially when, for the most part, I'm surrounded by people that had opposing views of my own. And they would try to drag me into the conversation. You're like, don't you agree, Robert? Don't you agree? And I'm just kind of like, just sitting off in my own world, like, I'm not saying a word. You know, I was taught in school to stay in my own lane. But when it comes to the politics, when it comes to what kind of people are out there, you know, when it comes to people not accepting other people, I'm not having it. You know, I became a hairstylist with the intent of doing my best to welcome anybody into my chair. You know, when I was in school, the second time around, and even the first time, but the second time around, first person I had to work on for the public. Well, you know, African American, you know, textured hair, you know, whatever the politically correct way to describe it is, but you know, she wasn't really happy with me doing her hair, but one of the reasons why I got through that school the second time is she was trying to throw a fit with how slow I was going. And I went and got the teacher, and then the teacher together with went in the office and talked it over with the floor manager, and floor manager came out, who was also African American, and she turned the lady. See, like the lady was like, pointed towards the mirror. She basically went like this. Took the flat iron from me, did 3 passes in the lady's hair, handed me back the flat iron, and had me finish the lady. And afterward, after I finished, and, you know, the lady was happy with the job I did, it just, I was not fast enough yet, obviously. Now, I'm trying to learn my new procedures that we all watched on the Linda video in class. I don't have timing down yet. But they had me in the office, and they're like just basically debriefing me, making sure I'm okay, and I'm like, and I said to her, you know, you guys had my back. And I've made up my mind. If they want to get up out of my chair and go somewhere else or whatever, that's on them. But every day I'm going to come into that school. I'm going to get there on time and I'm going to stay the whole day. And I'm going to get through that school. And I only missed 2 or 3 days. I was sick one time. That was after I had already gone past the halfway mark of my hours. I could, I'd already had that many days in a row. I couldn't break that streak again. And then later on, when the Salon fair came around, which is basically a little hair and fashion show that we do, and we were doing like princesses or fantasy theme. Well, I took a day off to go shopping, and then the next day I took another day off because my model wanted to go shopping too. Yeah. I missed 3 days. And it's kind of funny and ironic that I'm looking at this picture here right now, because what my teacher told me that day when she was making the arm movements or the wrist movements with the flat iron, and she's making arcs, she said, Robert, we make the rainbows. So anybody's come into my happy place, better realize that anybody wants to sit in this chair, I may not be the person that y'all thought I was, because I might not hold back. You know, I might be singing, I might be dancing, I don't know. That's my room. I'm not going to have those other people in that room taking the wind out of my sails. Oh, you know what? Here's something I wanted to do all along. I even tried it. I tried to have people come and get some frickin' cupcakes a couple of times, or cookies one time, and cupcakes another, and I think one person showed up one time. But like, just come get a free cookie. Come get a cupcake, I'm just, yeah. I mean, part of that was probably because the salon wasn't necessarily on the way for anybody. You know, they don't necessarily pass by that place, but you know, it's like I wanted. Well, here we go. There is actually a little bakery place 2 doors down from this place. That's on their website. They got mostly macaroons, but I always wanted to have my salon near a bakery so that if I actually had the money, I could go into a place like that each day and get some baked goods or something and just offer them. Unfortunately, I've never had the money for that. I could barely go next door to the pizza place and get anything for myself. So most of the time, my clients were the ones buying me stuff. You know, it's like they'd ask me how the pizza place is next door. Well, yeah, I have tried it because people bought me food. You know, I was lucky in that regard. You know, and I appreciate the hell out of that. I don't think it was. You know, I started there in 2015. I don't think it was until 2017 when I went back to the grocery store the first time when I actually started buying myself some food occasionally. Now, anybody that wants to look at that flag back there and wonder about me, well, if you don't already know, and you haven't heard me say so, I'm not really attracted to men. First of all, while I have cut a lot of guys' hair, it's not really what you know, I'm not specifically advertising to them. You know, I've had lots of, kids and men and in the chair that were like, husbands and whatnot. But to just have a guy walk in, that, I put up that a little bit of Great Clips for about 3 months, and I probably could have kept up with it had it not been for the other issues going on with that place. But no, I have no attraction to men. I mean, I've always wanted to marry a woman and have kids, and I'm 48 years old and not in the best of health, so having a kid of my own is kind of. I'm starting to feel like it wouldn't be fair to the kid itself because I probably wouldn't live long enough to see it graduate, to see them graduate high school. I mean, if I met somebody and they already have a kid, that would be something. But I'd always wanted to adopt, but even that when I was still a kid myself, I always wanted to be a parent and had dreamed, even if I don't meet somebody, I'd like to adopt. But that was before I knew there was such a thing as sick, perverted pedophiles. It's like I already thought they would never let a single man adopt, but I didn't know there were sickos out there. So once I learned that, it's like, I've got no chance. I'd have to be rich first, and I'm still not rich. So, yeah, I'm 48 years old with no kids. My niece is now 18. You know, I drove her to nursery and preschool all them years ago. You know, it's like I try to tell people, don't blink. They do grow fast. And I was thinking, not that many butterflies. I was just thinking, I wanted something where it was like just like a corner accent painting bit where it was like some grass and some flowers or something, and maybe have a butterfly or two, a couple of music notes, a couple of hearts, and then my business logo, which is also a heart. You know, kind of coming up out of the flowers. Maybe in the background there could be a little lighthouse. Yeah, yeah. You got any music notes? Am I just missing them? Of course, I've got all my little coffee cups and such. My Stop Dreaming, Start Doing cup. Um, my You can never have too much happy cup. Well, that's a mason jar. Um, and then I got one that says life is good. Um, yeah. Damn, even if this wasn't my room, I'd love to like have this as a room somewhere, like in my house or something. If I had a house, maybe someday. But Robert, look at all that clutter on the walls. You don't have room for all that. No, I don't. Now, at the same time, I still have it. I have a cabinet that I went and bought. It's a little like, kind of like a farm style cabinet or whatever, but, you know, something like this. And in the doors, there are cutout hearts that they put like the like chicken wire type stuff, the mesh on the inside of them, so it was like holes in the doors. But when I was at the dollar store back when it was still a dollar. They had some not necessarily felt, but like a, I don't know, kind of like a felty type material, um, like paper, but not quite paper. And anyway, they happen to be heart shapes, and I like pasted them on there, and you know they've held on there pretty good. You know, basically I sandwiched like one on the outside and one on the inside, and used like Elmer's glue to, like, you know, sandwich the mesh in between. You know, so I basically have, well, at that time it was a gray color, but I've since painted them a very light, like lavenderish color, um, and it's got purple hearts. You know, so it's like a lavender cabinet, and it's got like the dark purple hearts in it, and I still have that. So that's something that I could probably put in the middle here or use on somewhere. Um, Even if I had like that there and then something else going on here. Um, um, I had a changing. I still have it. I have a changing table, one of the older styles that it just happened to be like painted like three different colors. I went and bought that off of Facebook Marketplace. It's a little bit too big to be using in a room like this, so I probably won't be using it. But I still have it. But it was funny because I was using it, you know, like, oh, somebody sit in the chair in front of my changing table. And no, I didn't change any diapers. That's not what I'm talking about. These days, the only diapers I touch are when the pickles come in for Grillo brand, and they've got the flat diaper in the box to soak up any moisture. Or pickle juice. They should use pickle juice in the commercials, you know? Seriously. Stop that blue fluid crap. You tell him, Robert. I did. Didn't you just hear me? Yeah, I heard you tell him too. Yeah, I know Harold. Yeah, they ain't got purple, so rainbow's the next best thing. A tra-la-la neon sign, huh? What is this, a Smurfs? Could be. Yeah, could be. So, I'm not seeing any musical notes anywhere. It almost looks like music notes. That's probably not necessarily a good thing to have there. She ain't got no hair. Yeah, well, not everybody does. You know, people who don't have hair can still get, like, treatments. You know, there's still skin up there. Let me look. Let me see what's going on there. Anybody say anything? Nope. Nope. Nobody's saying nothing on there. And nothing on there. Yeah, I'm hoping, because she hasn't, the lady hasn't replied to me yet. Since I sent an email to her last night with the application filled out. And I don't know if she wanted me to actually print that thing out and fill it out or not. I mean, it was a PDF file or whatever, so I filled it out and virtually signatured it. But she hasn't said anything since, and I'm trusting the process and assuming she's just, off for the weekend. It's I'm trying not to be in a hurry. I mean, even though a lot of people, ever since last week when I first mentioned I was going to try to do this again, um, I've been like, me, I want in now. Okay, well, I can't get everybody in now. You know. I mean, first I have to get the place, and then I'm still going to have limited time to get people in because I have to work the grocery store. And we do have a manager right now that's, might be an obstacle. She's trying to do all kinds of buy the book crap, and if I go pushing too many buttons right away, I don't want to say the wrong thing, and next thing I know, it's like, well, you're not full time anymore. Oh joy, because if I lose my full time, I'm probably not getting it back ever. Okay, I can't go there because the door's there. And I cannot put anything here. It would have to be it has to be something on the wall or a behind the toilet thing. You get one of them above the toilet racks. Then I could put that here. But I can't really put something here because I have to stand here. I have to stand here and I have to stand here. So, ideally I'd love to put the trash can inside of a cabinet. Now the nice thing about this room, I don't have to share with anybody else. So, when I go to put my shampoo bottles and whatnot somewhere, it's only going to be my shampoo bottles and whatnot. And ain't nobody going to be using my stuff either. They weren't really using my stuff, but closer to the end there, they might have been. Thankfully and then that one was starting to take my stuff, like my spray bottles and stuff. She was always famous for using everybody else's stuff, but leaving mine alone, and then, nope, then she started using mine. Without asking. I don't mind sharing, but when you're somebody that takes stuff and then also will take it home, you gotta draw the line. She wasn't necessarily taking mine yet, but she would take the other ladies. So that's one of the things I'm hoping this place is like. I do want to be near my peers. I want to make friends. I want to be able to go learn from them. I want friends, and I really didn't. That wasn't where I was. But I don't want to be in a salon where I have to be listening to everybody else's BS. I don't want to be somewhere where I have to take walk-ins Because I don't want anybody coming and sitting in my chair that didn't decide they wanted to. I don't want, here comes a family of 4 and somebody is getting, quote, stuck with me. Like, why do I have to have this guy? Because, yes, I do have an inferiority complex. Whether they're thinking it or not, I'm thinking they're thinking it. And that's just not going to go away ever. I mean, I've had a lot of nice things happen to, make me not feel that way as much, but it's still never going to go away. I mean, I was born with it. I mean, there's no way around saying it, but I was born ugly. And I've had as many plastic surgeries and whatnot as I'm ever gonna have, and I'm not fixing it. Now, it's hard to tell these days compared to being a kid, but when you're born with cleft palate and cleft lip, that thing from the Operation Smile commercials, it's kind of hard to hide that from the other kids. It doesn't help that after a while they start calling you sloth. So yeah, you get about 18 years of that, and yeah, you pretty much think you're not good enough for anybody. That's I couldn't get through the first beauty school because of it. Suddenly here I am trying to look in a mirror at the person in my chair, but I'm in the mirror. And that freaks me out, or it really freaked me out back then. I've come a long way since then, so I don't, it doesn't bother me as much. Especially if I'm like in this room doing it. It's like, hey, this is my room. That's me in my mirror. Like, a few years ago I came up with a quote. I just remembered it. Pretty ain't perfect. Let's see. I still have options with. I mean, especially if I had like. See how this one only comes out a little bit. If I could have, shelves that were kind of skinnier like this. Now, the main thing is that I have to have I gotta have something to use as my cart, you know, like for when I'm foiling and whatnot. So that one cart that's in the room already, it's okay, but it's real because I quite often have like 3 bowls of color or bleach or whatnot going at the same time. It's not going to hold enough stuff on it. Now, this is just kind of reminding me that I have towels. The towels state board rule are supposed to be in a cabinet. I mean, you don't want them sitting out here collecting dust. So, okay, obviously I'm not going to have that above my head. Um, you're not? Nope. Aww, it's just like the thing the other girl had in the corner before she suddenly left. Yep, well, you didn't know it at the time, but she had a reason for leaving. Yep, she sure did. Yep, and you paid the ultimate price for it, didn't you? Yeah, yeah, $2,000 I paid for it. All because I took pity on her and was trying to help her. And maybe I did, I don't know. I didn't get to hear the rest of the story. Oh, look, it's a cute sugar skull thing. You can collect the sugar skulls if you ever have the event. Really? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'm not having all this stuff in here. I was just putting stuff down just for the heck of it. You know, obviously, um, gee, nobody's chiming in, huh? Nobody wants to see what I was gonna use at the other thing. Oh, it's a shame. Oh well. I I don't necessarily have to put the item in this video because I got plenty of them already saved on Marketplace to remind me. You know, hell, I got one saved from back then that even though they're sold, they're still sitting there, and you know, you know, I ain't gonna forget that I wanted to use them. You know, all things considered, I actually kind of made some progress here. I mean, there's no guarantee I'm gonna get any of these pieces of furniture from anything, but definitely gave me some ideas so far. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go get some coffee warmed up because you know. How's it going, buddy? You good boy there, buds? Yeah, buddy dog. Buddy dog, buddy dog. Yeah. There's the buddy dog. Buddy dog says hi. Right, buddy? Oh, I forgot the Tigers were on. Well, maybe if they've been winning a couple of games lately, then I'd be paying more attention, but... let's see, are they losing? Excuse me. Okay, that's too close to the door. Really? I don't want to do that. I want it lower. Can you give it to me lower here? Really? What? Why can I not get it? That's stupid. You'd think it would go over on this spot. Oh my god, you know. Okay, well. Um. Oh no, because it's not gonna do that. Because there's no way for me to... Why you gotta make it look stupid? Well, anyway, what other color options do I have? I have the purple one. Oh, is it? No wonder. I was clicking on the freaking light earlier. I wasn't clicking on the mirror. Okay, see, what I actually want. I can't. I mean, I don't want to have to. What is it? Alt? Or is it Shift Alt? I'll see, it won't. Will you quit it? Well, I didn't type Left Alt Shift, so leave me alone with that. You know, did I ask you to change my language preferences? No. I had Control Shift or Shift Alt or Control Shift Alt. Nobody said anything about no left key. Creeps. What? Wow, the Tigers are actually leading? Wow. Well, it's only 5-2, it's not, it's not more than that. That's not bad. It's a little overkill, but I mean, I still need to have the one in the middle. I mean, maybe if these were like just two big ones, or see, what I actually want is one big mirror in the middle, and then like window-looking ones on the other side. But I can't find one that actually looks like that. You know, you can find like the arched one, but I don't want that. Because it's still got just a skinny mirror in the middle. Oh well, bud. What you up to? Heck, what? How do these windows get so big all of a sudden, you know? Like, this is one of the things that annoys me about this is, yeah, I can resize the item, but then it does that. It's like, that ain't doing me any good. Okay, why are you put... Why can't I put this lower? I want to go lower with it. Darn it. Oh, yeah. What? Why you gotta put it in the middle? That's so stupid. Oh, man. This game is really annoying. I just, this is why I end up not actually playing the game. There's always little things like this that have to annoy me. Just... Oh, hey, Stu. Welcome to my crazy life, where I'm crazy and I'm alive. Hey, look, it's my bleach holder. Crazy. Well, my thing is the positive train, but I'm crazy. So, chugga chugga. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I'd quite have this much of whatever, but I mean, this you don't want to make it look like it puked rainbows, but you know, a rainbow here or there. But I think anybody who's looking at this should realize, that I'm when I say I'm trying to make my happy place, I mean it. I want to walk into the room and I want to be happy. Of course, it'd be nice walking into the room and not seeing a bunch of 2 liter bottles of, half open pop laying around. Yeah. Maybe one thing if it was actually my pop bottles, but, pop's too expensive these days, so I don't buy it. I mean, I used to buy, personally, I used to buy the 2 liters all the time because, I drink out of my own bottle and it was only a buck or less for the whole bottle. These days, it's like even the store brand one's like a buck and a half. Plus, we're in Michigan, so we got the extra 10-cent deposit. I mean, you get your 10 cents back if you take it back to the store, but, I'm lazy, so, I just got bags of bottles in my car. That's after, keep them in my room forever and then they finally end up in the car. You know, yeah, that's how lazy I am. I work at the grocery store 5 days a week. I could take them bottles in there and change them in, but nope, nope, they're sitting in my car. Probably been in there for months now. Michigan is 10 cents. A lot of the other states that have them are 5 cents. They even did a Seinfeld episode about that where they were trying to come all the way to Michigan to change in cans that had less of a deposit. But see, the thing about that though is there's like barcodes and such, and well, the machines can figure that out. Annoying commercial. Annoying commercial. Annoying commercial. You just guaranteed I'm never gonna buy a car from your dealer. Because you got an annoying commercial. Okay, so I need a towel cabinet, that's for sure. I'm gonna need the hamper for the dirty towels. Now, thankfully, this place does have on-site laundry. So, the main thing with that, though, is I have to have the time to be there to do the laundry. So, and I don't know the details yet about, do we take turns? Do certain people have certain days? Is it just first come, first serve? I don't know. Because with me having that other job, I, you know, let's pretend those are my foils. No, you don't get to. You don't get to pretend nothing. Who you think you are pretending stuff? What do you think you're some kid? Eh, come on. It's not one of those other tables, that's why. Whatever. Ew, the toilet? Yeah. Go drink it. No, we ain't doing that. Hey, look, it's my Shades EQ bottles. No, not really. No, I threw all those out. I have to replace them. Threw out all my hair color. Gotta replace that. Gave away my blow dryer. Might have gave away all my, I know I gave away some of my curling irons and flat irons. I don't remember if I gave away my school one. Because I haven't actually, I've got stuff in my room right now in bins and whatnot, but I haven't actually opened up the stuff to see what I still have. But that's the other part of, people that are like, me, can you come do a house call? Can you do that? Like, I don't even know what I have right now. I can't just say, yeah, sure, I'll do a house call and then go to pack up the car and, like, I don't have what I need. I mean, for starters, I only have my purple towels, and I'm trying to think how many of those I actually have. I had a butt ton of the plain white, just, they're not disposable, but, just the cheapest of the generic towels you can get. I had a bunch of those, and I just tossed those. So, I mean, at least I have the purple ones to start with, but, having on-site laundry might help that problem, because, before it was like, well, I had to make sure that I had enough at the salon, because I don't know when I'm going to do my laundry. And it's, at worst case scenario, this building, if you think about it, our shopping center is like a little strip right here. Then this shopping center here is, it's called Meijer, but it's basically like a big Walmart. And then the main road intersects here with this road. Across the street is a very large plaza with a Target store. And there's Sally Beauty Supply, which is the kind that sells to the public. They sell the towels. And then if you go up to the next intersection on the other side of this plaza, I'd say like, about a half a mile tops, maybe less. It's hard, it's hard to judge because, like I say, it's a big plaza. But the next light is one of the professional stores that I go to. Oh, wow, that's way far back. So it's like if I had to, I could go buy a pack of towels. Or the plaza across the street has a Dollar Tree store where it's not only $1 anymore. It's like $1.25 or possibly more if they raise the price. But they sell kitchen towels and such in there, or little packs of them. I could go get a couple of them if I had to, if I ran out. It's not the end of the world like the other place where it's like 2.5 miles to the closest anything. So at that time, like, the closest thing was Family Dollar, which was at least a mile. And that wouldn't have been no pack of towels. You would, like, go buy a towel. Like, I never had to do that, but then again, like I said, I had plenty of the white towels. Now, thankfully, I kept my capes, because, I'm not that dumb. You know, capes are like $30 each, or however many they are now. But you know, I didn't just get rid of my purple capes. But that's another thing. They haven't been washed in like a year. Well, actually, more than a year, because it's been 13 months since I've done anybody's hair. So, yeah. They've just been in a garbage bag in my car. And now they're in my room. But, you know, it's like I pretty much need to wash all my stuff before I start using it again. I mean, but hey, you know, I realize I'm not doing a whole lot of building at the moment, and I hope that's not too boring for everybody, but this could be one of my last streams for a while if I, you know, soon as I get my key, if she says, you know, hey, the application went through and all that, and, you know, if I get my key, might not be very many streams, or at least, they ain't gonna be long ones. Hey, Emerald, how's it going over there, Emerald? Anybody want to go to the drive-in? Yay! I guess I didn't quite fix the roof on the bowling alley. I don't think I actually finished that either. I just see I did also have an option of a room over on this hallway, because it's basically um it's like this, and then more over here, you know. So it's like, well, front door's here. We came down here, and I toured a room over here, and then we went over this way, and then up to my room, which is like right here. And it's room number 4, and the little thing kind of looks like a Fantastic Four symbol too. Yeah, so. The hallways are actually wider than that. I was just doing the design. Um, all right, well, let's try another one. Yeah, let's, Again, I'm most likely going to be using my chair. I mean, it's not. It doesn't look like this. It's an old school chair with a big, heavy base. But I mean, the fact that I drove all the way to the other side of Michigan to get the chair, and then I went halfway back I went to the middle to Lansing to buy another chair so that I could get the bottom part that works. So I basically bought 2 old chairs to put together one working chair. The fact that I did that, I'm least likely to use a different chair. I mean, I had somebody offer me a chair, but I haven't seen it yet. But I mean, I brought the chair home with me. It's sitting here right next to me. It's kind of, it's my chair. No, nobody else has that chair. That's my chair. But it's not to say that I wouldn't use some other chair. It's close, but it ain't not close enough. Uh-oh, he's gambling. He better win, or else. At some point, you don't have to win everyone. Just at some point, you better win something. I'm telling you right now, you better win. I don't let Streambot, keep all the money. They, Cloud Streambot don't know anything about how to spend no simoleons or plum bobs. All right. Well, anyway, Okay, so it's actually a little bit more like that. But there is still, you know, stuff here that you can't just... Ah, I get it. I did a good job of that. Yeah. I think ideally we're probably really wanting it to be there. I mean, as much as I want to put the thing here, I mean, one way or another, something's got to be here and something's got to be here. So, I mean, if I set the thing up here with the mirror here, then the shelves got to be over here. Now I have the option of having the window like frosted over, you know, so people can't necessarily look in. And then they like go put my like logo on the door. Okay, so let's do a version of going this direction then. Now, if I do it this way and put something here, then I could have stuff here. I could have a cabinet in the corner, mirror here, another cabinet here maybe. Maybe um no, I don't need scuba gear. Not yet, anyway. You can always get one of them corner cabinet too. Uh, Well, that sure does tell me, though, that I don't have... And not only that, but this is actually... This room that I've got right now is about a foot bigger than my actual room would be. Because my room is more like 9 by 7, and I got a 10 by 8 here. So... Oh, isn't that cute? I want that one. You ain't getting it. Yeah, but I want it. You ain't getting it. What about that one? No, you ain't getting that one either. What about this? Well, you can use that as an example of something, you know, maybe your shampoo holder or whatever over here, but... Hey, look, it's all my client books. Yep, there's your client books. Oh, wait, I got more than that. Yeah, well, okay, we'll put the other one over there. Of course, there's the old, you know, cube holder. Locker? No, we're not going to use ugly lockers. Why not? Because I said no. But nothing, we're not going to use them. Toy box? No, not really. Unless I had room for actually to have kids in here. I guess now that I think about it, you know, I'm not going to have much room for having kids in here. I mean, while one person's in the chair, the other could probably sit in the shampoo chair. I'd probably have to have a fold-up chair or two. Not a problem. I mean, if anything, I could have them in my car. Just bring in a folding chair. Oh well. What? Game over. Yep. Yep. Lost another one. Frickin' yeah. I'm just kind of faffing around now. I mean, now there's also the option. Put this over like here and just move it back and forth each time. So the thing is, this here, I don't think it moves. Because I think either the plumbing's attached here or comes up from the bottom, but I know there was something behind this. So it's like I can't stand behind this. I can only kind of get here and kind of be a little bit behind this, but but it's not. It didn't look like the chair was attached to it. So I could trade. You know, I can move the chair. I can get a different chair. Well, why can't you just squirt this chair from across the room? Because that's not what we do. It isn't? No. Sorry. See, what I really wanted when I was trying to plan out my other salon, I was thinking of doing at each station, getting those kitchen islands with wheels. So it's like the top of it's a big cutting board, and it's got a handle on one side, and it's like a cabinet door, and then either two cabinet doors or a cabinet door, and then over here it's got like the lay down the wine bottles. Only in my case, my developer bottles, you know, and just they can be wheeled back and forth. Um, if anything, they could have all been wheeled back to like the back corner, and not necessarily kept at each station. I mean, it's very similar to the people who use the big fancy toolboxes, but I mean, they actually have those, industrial toolboxes, like Craftsman toolboxes. Only have one by the Viper brand that are actually purple, or other, like purple, pink, or white, or green, but they cost a lot of money for just one of them. And it's like, no. Ain't happening. Not before I went and spent that kind of money, I'd buy a used red one from something and just spray paint it. Wouldn't even have to worry about spray painting the inside drawers. It just, paint the outside. So, here, while I'm, make sure I save this so I don't lose any of it. Now, between having the dollar store nearby and just a little bit further up the road, we've got the Joanne Crafts place, and I think there's a Michael's also. Those are both like arts and crafts places. And then there's also a Party City with all kinds of like party decorations and whatnot. So I just have to get creative. I have to worry about what color the room's painted. I just play around with decor. Heck, maybe I get my other brother to like make me some shelves. Like, hey, Mr. Fancy Guy who wanted to play with wood. How about you, make me some shelves? But even like, the dollar store, they have like cheap planter boxes and stuff, or you can even use like, heck, you can make bottle holding shelves out of gutter. It's like, oh, it's a drain spout. Yep, drain spout. The thing about shelves is like these shelves here. I don't want something that things can necessarily get knocked off of. I'd like to have some, I especially when I was trying to do one for the other salon, I wanted to get like floating shelves or whatever, but I wanted to make sure it was like this where it's like, it drops down into the thing. I don't want people to just knock them off of the thing. Especially because there were two shampoo bowls in a tight area where two of us might be standing here back to back, and just elbowing things off of the shelf. Yeah, because I gotta keep in mind that in reality, this would be more like this. maybe if I'm lucky, I'd have that much room, but I mean, the bottom line is this, as far as I know, can't be moved. This can't be moved. So, it is what it is with those two things. Everything else is like, I mean, hell, if I had to have this chair pointed this way and had the mirror here, that'd be one thing, I could have everything else behind me. Or, point the chair that way. I mean, if I was like, if I was standing like that, I could reach over here to this counter and not have to worry so much about having a cart to go with me. Of course, that would also, if I could have, like maybe when the door is closed, if I had this wall, I could use it as like do something with it. Maybe put up a fake brick thing, or have like a backdrop, like a roll up shade type backdrop, for taking pictures. Because that's my other thing is to consider is, at the old place, my camera sucked, and the photos themselves were not very good. Like the lighting and the backdrops, and it's like, I just, it had to be like a perfect day that wasn't windy to be able to go outside and use the brick wall. So yeah, I haven't really been able to explore this building as much, so I don't know what there is inside to use as backdrops when I'm not in my own room. I mean, there's always the possibility of going out to the hallway and taking pictures. Here, let's do one more copy. What will we copy on? Well, copy this one. Okay. Get rid of this. I'm not actually planning on hanging that. I just wanted to make it a point to anybody watching this that, especially if you are somebody that's going to sit in my chair, if that flag offends you in any way, I don't give a crap. This is my room. This ain't the old place where those other people in that place just spouted their mouth off about anything and assumed everybody agreed with them. In my happy place, we either all get along or you don't need to be there. You know. So what am I even doing anything for if it's not leading to something a better place? You know? Okay. Okay, so this is a copy. Yeah, it is. We don't necessarily have to have that there. No. I mean, do we have to have a mirror? No. Then again, I could also do something where it could be like uh like uh like a French door or like a door on a hinge with the mirror on it. Even if it was just like a a wardrobe door that's attached to the wall instead of the wardrobe that just happens to have a mirror on it. So it could be like, you know, 1 minute it's like this, but then you like as if you're opening the door and turning it that way. Or we could even have an actual cabinet with a mirror on it here. Yeah, yeah, there's that option too. Yeah, too bad we don't have my mom's cabinet anymore. Wardrobe thing. No, we don't. It wouldn't have been, the fact that it was an actual wardrobe inside wouldn't have helped much. Well, you could have hung your capes in there. Yeah, that's true. But it's a rather big piece of furniture for just doing that. Yeah, yeah, I hear you. Oh, okay, that's what that looks like. Interesting. Well, doing that would give you that option too. Yeah. Or the option of putting those there. Yeah. Um, what if? Yeah. Yeah, what about what if? Yeah, why can't we get a little bit more realistic with how big this damn thing would be? Like, come on now. Like, you need to be at least the size of the sim. Is that the biggest one? I think so. Well, I can't get it to go any lower. No, you can't. See, it's like you're either way too big or you ain't big enough. Or I can't put you any lower. That's just too much. Just too much. Yeah, I know. Seriously. This ain't helping nut. That needs to be lower. I want to go lower with it. And the lower thing don't work either. I can go up, but I can't go down. Another one. What? Not everybody is standing up when they're looking in the mirror. Hey, look, it kind of looks like a chicken. We don't want to look. Okay, then don't look. Well, it's not really a mirror I want. I can't seem to get the one I want. I mean, maybe that's similar. We can get a purple one. Yeah, I can get a purple one. Trifold. I mean, I kind of like that. But see now, like something like that. If I could like put some like attach a couple of them like planter boxes or gutter things or floating shelf, product shelves. You know, or even if like I put some hooks on the thing and hung my tools from it. Or one half is tools and the other half is products. Well, here, let's put that down and see what we can do with it. Well, you know what you can do with it, right? That's a little too much purple. Yeah, I know. But that's why paint exists, and in real life you could make it a different color. Okay, well, I didn't realize it was this late. I do have to get up a little earlier tomorrow because I'm actually working at 10 instead of noon. Back to my normal time. So, anyway, we're gonna wrap it up for now. I didn't realize it was 1:30. Well, that's what happens when you get off at 8 o'clock and don't get out until almost 10 o'clock. Yeah. So, thank you to Daniel and Stu for chiming in, and to anybody else who happened to be watching. I mean, and says that 3 people left some likes, so I can assume that 2 of them are Stu and Daniel. So somebody out there left a 3rd like. So thank you to whoever did that. So hope everybody has a good day and a good night, and hope to see you all in the next one. Bye bye for now.